Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this gathering of minds where precision meets purpose. Logistics is not merely the science of supply and movement, it is the art of foresight, the discipline of execution, and the silent force behind every triumph, military or commercial. As we open this conference, let us reflect on the vital truth that while vision sets the destination and strategy charts the course, it is logistics that carries us forward. It is logistics that transforms plans into action and ambition into achievement. Let this be a forum where we honor the legacy of those who understood the power of logistics and shape the future with innovation, resilience, and cooperation. Because, as we all know, battles win through logistics. The chief guest, distinguished dignitaries, esteemed delegates from Pakistan, senior officers, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. It is both an honor and a privilege to extend a warm and heartfelt welcome to each one of you to the Logistics Conference 2025. On behalf of the Commandant of Naval and Maritime Academy, it gives me the greatest pleasure to warmly welcome Chief Guest Commander of the Navy, Vice Admiral Kanchana Banagudu, and our keynote speaker, Professor Ravi Dissanayake, to this historic and picturesque city of Trincomalee, the proud heart of our Navy.
We are extremely honored to have you join us for this significant event, Logistics Conference 2025, themed Leveraging Adaptive Logistics in Building Resilient Supply Chains in a Volatile Global Economy. This conference is organized by the course participants of 9th Long Logistics Management course to foster dialogue, share insights, and explore innovative strategies in the field of logistics management.
Throughout the centuries, the lighting of the traditional oil lamp has symbolized the dispelling of darkness, ushering knowledge, wisdom, and new beginnings. It is a timeless tradition that embedded in the soul of our culture, a ritual that connects us to over 2,500 years of proud heritage, unity, and reverence. Ladies and gentlemen, as we mark the commencement of the Logistics Conference 2025, may I now have the honor of inviting our esteemed chief guest and distinguished dignitaries to light up the traditional oil lamp. The Commander of Sri Lanka Navy, Vice Admiral Kanchana Banagudu.
The keynote speaker, Professor Ravi Dissanayake.
The Vice Chancellor General Sir John Kotalawala Defence University, Rear Admiral Dhammika Kumara.
The Director General Logistics, Rear Admiral Ruwan Kalubowila.
The Director General Budget and Finance, Rear Admiral Manjula Dissanayake.
The Commander Eastern Naval Area, Rear Admiral Ravindra Thisera.
The Director General Operations, Rear Admiral Buddhika Lianagamage.
The Director General Training, Rear Admiral Dhammika Vijayawardena.
The Flag Officer Commanding Naval Fleet, the Commandant Naval and Maritime Academy, Rear Admiral Rohan Joseph.
Retired Director General Logistics, Rear Admiral Abekon Banda.
The Director Logistics, Personnel and Planning of Sri Lanka Air Force, Air Commodore Pradeep Meragalage.
The Commandant, Army School of Logistics, Brigadier Roshan Lokutotaheva.
Dr. Upali Rajapaksha and Dr. Namali Sirisoma, representing all the lecturers.
Senior Course Coordinator, Long Logistics Management Course, Commander Ashoka Senadira.
One person representing all the invitees from universities.
And representing student officers of 9th Long Logistics Management Course, the senior most course participant, Lieutenant Commander Randika Prasanga.
Thank you, sir, for illuminating the traditional oil lamp, a symbol of prosperity and good fortune. Heroes live till they breathe on earth, but are eternal in our hearts. They shall not grow old, age shall not weary them, no the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. Ladies and gentlemen, let us stand in silence to commemorate the ultimate sacrifice of our fallen war heroes.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the Naval and Maritime Academy anthem to pay our profound gratitude to our alma mater.
වට මහ සයුර රකින්නට සමුදුර තරණට ශිල්ප උගන්වන විනය වඩාලන දැනුම බෙදා දෙන පිරිපුන් නාවිකයන් බිහි කරවන නාවික සිංහල විරුණ විනිජ බිම විද්‍යාපීඨය නාවික සාගරික
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to welcome you all today, let me invite Sri Lanka Navy Cultural Dancing Troupe for a flamboyant display of Sri Lankan traditional dancing.
भगवतो मुनिराज शरणं पद कमल मुदुन तत् मुनिवन्दमानं त्रैलोक श्रीपाद वन्दामि बुद्धं
Ladies and gentlemen, a big round of applause for the mesmerizing performance. Ladies and gentlemen, every great journey begins with vision, perseverance, and a foundation built on excellence. As we open the Logistics Conference 2025, may I now kindly invite the helm of this prestigious institute, Commandant, Naval and Maritime Academy, Rear Admiral Rohan Joseph, to deliver the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Commander of the Sri Lanka Navy, Vice Admiral Kanchana Banagoda, our chief guest today, and Professor Ravi Disanayake, the keynote speaker, Vice Chancellor Kothalawala Defence University, Director Generals and Command Eastern Naval Area, former Director Generals of the Logistics Branch, all flag rank and senior officers from the Sri Lanka Navy, sister services, and the Pakistan Navy, commanding officers and head of the departments, representatives from public and private entities, distinguished gathering, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you. It is indeed an honor and a privilege to stand before you as the Commandant of the Naval and Maritime Academy to deliver the welcome remarks of the 7th edition of the Logistic Conference 2025. And it is with immense pleasure and profound honor that I extend a warm welcome to Vice Admiral Kanchana Banagoda, the Commander of the Sri Lanka Navy, for accepting our invitation to be the chief guest of this year's Logistic Conference, the flagship event of our logistics fraternity. Sir, your gracious presence today not only reflects your interest in valuing the professional efforts of young officers in the Navy, but also serves as an important driving factor that motivates the officers of the LLMC Course Number 9 who were involved in completely organizing this event. I would also like to respectfully welcome Professor Ravi Disanayake, who has accepted our invitation to deliver the keynote speech today. Professor Disanayake, we do look forward to your valuable insights that will undoubtedly enrich the proceedings of the conference and benefit the august gathering. Further, I am delighted to extend a cordial welcome to Vice Chancellor Kothalawala Defence University, Rear Admiral Dhammika Kumara, Director General Logistics, Rear Admiral Ruwan Kalubowila, Director General Budget and Finance, Rear Admiral Manjula Disanayake, Command Eastern Naval Area, Rear Admiral Ravindra Tisera, Director General Operations, Rear Admiral Buddhika Lianagamage, Director General Training, Rear Admiral Dhammika Vijayawardena, and the Commandant Army School of Logistics, Brigadier Roshan Lukututaheva, the Director Logistics, Personnel and Planning from the Air Force, Air Commodore Pradeep Meragalage, and all flag rank and senior officers from the Navy. While thanking the Pakistan Navy for nominating a senior officer within a very short time period, I would also like to extend a warm reception to Commodore Adil Qureshi for making us here with today. Thank you. A special welcome goes to our former Director Generals of the Logistics Branch, and I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the yeoman service rendered by them in uplifting the Logistics Branch over the years. Let me also extend a sincere welcome to our moderators, speakers, academia, and all the other distinguished participants who are here with us today. Ladies and gentlemen, on 8 May 2025, a few weeks back, the 80th anniversary of VE Day, or the Victory in Europe Day, was celebrated, which marked the end of European theatre of World War II. Now, in the Victory in Europe Day celebrated, in the grand scale, you must have seen that reminds us the critical role played by logistics to put an end to World War II. Equally, it is important to underline here that in an era marked by economic uncertainty, geopolitical instability, and frequent disruptions, traditional supply chain models are increasingly insufficient. Ladies and gentlemen, today we will delve into the multifaceted dimensions of the conference theme, exploring innovative strategies, cutting-edge technologies, and best practices that would help us to find solutions for future challenges. Through insightful discussions and interactive sessions, we will seek to uncover new opportunities, address pressing challenges, and catalyze positive changes within the logistics industry. I would like to once again extend a respectful welcome to our chief guest, Vice Admiral Kanchana Banagoda, the Commander of the Sri Lanka Navy, and each one of you for your gracious presence today. In conclusion, I strongly believe that this conference will catalyze for a meaningful dialogue, collaboration, and action towards building resilient supply chains in a volatile and highly dynamic world. I thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your gracious welcome remarks. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to witness an introductory video related to naval logistics.
Sri Lanka is a maritime nation strategically located at the middle of the east-west maritime Silk Route of the Indian Ocean. The Sri Lanka Navy was formed on 9th December 1950 as Royal Ceylon Navy and was renamed as Sri Lanka Navy in 1972. As the naval force took shape, the need for strong organizational foundations to support its operations and growth became a need. In response, the critical role of the logistics branch was swiftly recognized, resulting in the inception of the logistics branch in the same year with the appointment of 2 paymasters. Forecasting, planning, acquisition, distribution, sustainment, and disposition are the key functional areas of the logistics process that links national resources to the fighting force. During the protracted war since early 1980s, logistics branch had played a crucial role in bringing national resources to sustain fighting force, destroying the enemy's floating armories, dislocating their center of gravity, and degrading sustainment at war become the game changer and the decisive factor to win the 30 years lasted war in 2009. Conceptual component, physical component, and moral component are the sources of military fighting power. Logistics represents the physical component. The logistics branch of the Sri Lanka Navy keeps the momentum of the fighting force by providing uninterrupted logistics at sea. The logistics branch contribution extended beyond wartime, playing a significant role in Sri Lanka's post-conflict nation-building efforts, moving with Industrial Revolution 4.0. Integrating these advanced technologies into the Sri Lanka Navy logistics process is a significant challenge for the logistics officers. Despite these challenges, the logistics branch continually plays a vital role in ensuring that the Sri Lanka Navy fleet remains fully operational. Today, Sri Lanka Navy Logistics Branch could integrate through digital platform with state-of-the-art facilities for end users to fulfill their requirement whilst placing right product, right quantity with right quality, carrying out assigned tasks and responsibilities.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we gather here today to deliberate on the future of logistics, it is both fitting and meaningful to commence our proceedings with the insights of a distinguished leader, one whose experience and strategic acumen have significantly shaped the logistics landscape of the Sri Lanka Navy. It is therefore with great respect and honor that I now respectfully invite the Director General Logistics of the Sri Lanka Navy, Rear Admiral Ruwan Kalubowila, to deliver the opening remarks and formally set the stage for the Logistics Conference 2025. Over to you, sir.
The Chief Guest, Commander of the Navy, Vice Admiral Kanchana Banagoda, the keynote speaker, Professor Ravi Disanayaka, Vice Chancellor of General Sir John Kotalawala Defence University, Director Generals who are representing Navy Headquarters, the Commander Eastern Naval Area, the Commandant Naval and Maritime Academy, retired Director Generals of Logistics Branch, Commodore Adil Qureshi of Pakistan Navy, senior officers from Sri Lanka Army, Air Force and Police, flag rank officers, distinguished academic scholars from General Sir John Kotalawala Defence University and other universities, representatives from corporate sector, course participants of LLMC, officers, officer under trainees, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. As the Director General Logistics of the Sri Lanka Navy, I warmly welcome all of you to the 7th Logistics Conference Trincomalee 2025. It gives me a great pleasure to deliver the opening remarks of the 7th edition of the Logistics Conference Trincomalee. This event is the culmination of an enormous collective effort by the student officers of the Long Logistics Management Course number 9. The first edition of this conference was launched in 2016 and has continued for 6 chapters under various contemporary themes. Although the continuity of the conference was disrupted by the COVID-19 pandemic in year 2020 and 2021, it was resumed with the 4th edition. I must profoundly emphasize that the conference series has been a highly effective knowledge dissemination forum where Sri Lanka Navy logisticians have reached and researched various developments in the logistics operations. The conference has been a well-recognized platform for both military and civilian scholars, providing opportunity for aspiring logisticians to broaden their horizons in the field of logistics. The 7th edition of the Logistic Conference unfolds under the theme Leveraging Adaptive Logistics in Building a Resilient Supply Chain in a Volatile Global Economy, which is a timely topic given the current global economic landscape. Ladies and gentlemen, military logistics serves as the backbone of effective warfare, determining the success or failure of military operations, and understanding military logistics is essential, particularly when examining historical battles where supply chain and troop movements were pivotal. The term logistics was primarily related to the military until 1960s, after which the concept was adopted by the corporate sector. Entrepreneurs and high-level management in the commercial sector observed the efficiency of military logistics and sought to integrate its principles into the corporate sector to maximize stakeholder profits and to minimize costs. With current global and economic dynamics and the rapid transformation of technologies, military logisticians face new challenges. These challenges include shorter response times, variability in demand, multiple locations, limited funding, and risk to the lives of both combatants and civilians. With this in mind, it is important to enhance the strategies, processes, systems, organizational structures, policies, and advanced distribution and transportation systems, among many other facets. The theme of this conference is to highlight the significance of adaptive logistics by offering flexible platforms that allows researchers and students to engage in insightful discussions, share ideas, and collectively chart a course towards economic resilience. Accordingly, this conference will help in bridging the knowledge gap through research conducted by both military and corporate sector logisticians. Ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely hope that the conference will provide a good platform for student officers of the Long Logistic Management course to broaden their horizons further in the field of logistics. So, ladies and gentlemen, concluding my opening remarks, let me pay my tribute to our chief guest, the Commander of the Navy, and the keynote speaker, for their valuable time and avail here to grace this conference and deliver the keynote speech of the conference, which we are eagerly awaiting. Also, I would like to extend my sincere gratitude to the Commander of the Navy for providing necessary guidance and approval to conduct the flagship event of LLMC. Finally, yet importantly, I would like to convey my appreciation to the Commander Eastern Naval Area, the Commandant Naval and Maritime Academy and his able team, and also the course participants for their tireless efforts in organizing the 7th edition of the Logistic Conference in Trincomalee. I wish everyone a successful and thought-provoking conference. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful opening remarks. The Commander's vision and expertise continue to inspire innovation in logistics management, fostering efficiency, resilience, and strategic advancements in supply chain operations. His presence here today signifies the importance of collaboration between military, corporate entities, and academia in shaping the future of logistics. The leadership in logistics is not only about moving resources, it is about moving ideas, enabling progress, and building the foundation for sustained operational excellence. At the heart of such leadership stands a visionary whose guidance continues to shape the strategic directives of naval logistics and beyond. The presence of the Commander of Sri Lanka Navy, Vice Admiral Kanchana Banagodu, at this distinguished forum is a testament to the growing synergy between military leadership, industry stakeholders, and academic thought leaders in driving innovation and resilience in logistics. Ladies and gentlemen, it is with great respect and honor that I now invite Commander of Sri Lanka Navy, Vice Admiral Kanchana Banagodu, to deliver the inaugural address and formally commence the Logistics Conference 2025. Over to you, sir.
Distinguished invitees, the Commandant, Naval and Maritime Academy, the keynote speaker, Professor Ravi Disanayaka, all conference participants and well-wishers, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's an honor to address this gathering at the 7th consecutive edition of the Logistics Conference. I believe I was there for the 6th. This is under the subject, leveraging adaptive logistics in building resilient supply chains in a volatile global environment, global economy. This conference aims to examine the current and future challenges to survivability. In this context, supply chain resilience is no longer a logistical challenge, but a critical strategic priority. We have understood that logistics serves as a critical backbone that underpins the success of any naval operation. It enables strategic reach, sustains operational endurance, and plays a vital role in ensuring mission success. Therefore, logistics operations must continuously evolve through innovation, digital integration, environmental sustainability, and strengthen collaboration, especially between the public and private sectors. I am confident that the Logistics Conference 2025 will be a constructive dialogue and a dynamic platform for knowledge exchange, capacity building, and especially in professional networking. I wish the presenters, moderators, and all participants insightful, engaging, and fruitful sessions filled with thought-provoking discussions. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. I request you to remain on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now kindly invite Commandant Naval and Maritime Academy to present a memento to the chief guest and the Commander of the Navy for his gracious presence, accompanied by Senior Course Coordinator, Long Logistics Management Course. Now I request Commander of the Navy, Vice Admiral Kanchana Banagudu, to accept the memento. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention to the theme video of the Logistics Conference 2025.
Trincomalee, heart and soul of the Eastern Province, filled with sandy beaches, sunny skies, and rich culture, also homes the prestigious Naval and Maritime Academy. Setting the standard high at the Naval and Maritime Academy, the Long Logistics Management course is recognized as the highest academic program offered at the institution. Designed to develop strategic thinking and advanced logistical expertise, this prestigious course culminates in the awarding of a Master of Business Administration in Logistics Management. The degree is accredited by General Sir John Kathalaa Defense University, ensuring both academic rigor and professional recognition for those who successfully complete the program's comprehensive requirements. The Logistics Conference, Trincomalee, organized by the course participants of the Long Logistics Management course, stands as a testament to the professionalism and dedication of the logistics officers of the Sri Lanka Navy. The LLMC number 9 is proud to present the 7th Logistics Conference, centered around a contemporary and timely theme, leveraging adaptive logistics in building resilient supply chains in a volatile global economy. In a world defined by uncertainty and rapid transformation, adaptive logistics has emerged as a vital, transformative strategy, empowering businesses and nations alike to navigate disruption and build resilience. Adaptive logistics is the capacity of supply chains to respond swiftly to dynamic challenges, from market fluctuations and geopolitical instability to natural disasters and technological upheaval. It integrates flexibility, real-time tracking, collaboration, and cutting-edge technologies, such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, and the Internet of Things, ensuring uninterrupted, agile operations. For nations like Sri Lanka, where economic stability and global competitiveness hinge on robust logistics systems, adopting adaptive logistics is not a choice, it is an imperative. To delve deeper into the theme of the conference, 3 key research areas have been carefully selected. The first area is digital transformation in supply chains, a critical enabler of adaptive logistics. In the digital age, transformation is no longer optional, it's essential. For Sri Lanka, digital transformation offers a path to optimize exports, reduce theft, streamline port operations, and support SMEs, ultimately building a more resilient economy. The second research area, risk management and crisis response. In a volatile global landscape, disruptions are inevitable, but with robust risk management and crisis response strategies, supply chains can bounce back stronger. For Sri Lanka, recovering from recent economic turmoil, this means investing in flexible logistics, proactive planning and regional cooperation to withstand both global and local market fluctuations. The third and final research area of the conference, sustainable logistics practices. As environmental concerns grow, sustainability in logistics is no longer a luxury. Sustainable logistics reduces emissions, conserves resources, and aligns with global climate goals. Through route optimization, renewable energy use, and circular supply chains, Sri Lanka can create a logistics sector that is both environmentally responsible and economically sound. Collaboration among industry and communities will be essential to drive this green transformation forward. By embracing digital transformation, managing risks proactively, and committing to sustainability, the nation can secure its place as a resilient, reliable, and competitive player in the global supply chain arena. With the conference theme in mind, we warmly welcome you as we explore innovative strategies, share critical insights, and shape the future of logistics together. Welcome to the Logistics Conference 2025. Leveraging adaptive logistics and building resilient supply chains in a volatile global economy.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me now invite Squadron Leader Shakya Vikramasinghe, Student Officer of 9th Long Logistics Management Course, to introduce our esteemed keynote speaker for the Logistics Conference 2025. Over to you, sir.
The chief guest, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It's a great honor and privilege to introduce a visionary academic, a distinguished researcher, and a trusted voice in corporate consultancy, Professor Ravi Disanayake. Professor Disanayake is a leading scholar in marketing at Department of Marketing Management, University of Kelaniya. From 2020 to 2023, he served as the head of the department, playing a pivotal role in advancing marketing education. He is the director of University's Staff Development Center and also directs the Center for Advanced Marketing, an industry-led consultancy service entity in University of Kelaniya. His leadership has strengthened academic capacities across Sri Lanka. Professor Disanayake's academic journey reflects his dedication to excellence. He holds a bachelor's degree in marketing from University of Kelaniya, an MBA from University of Sri Jawadanapura, a PhD in business from Taylor's University, Malaysia, and a Doctor of Business Administration from Montreux, Switzerland. He is also an affiliated professor at Taylor's University, an endorsement for his global academic recognition. As a researcher, Professor Disanayake has published over 120 papers, 14 in high-index journals, and holds a Google Scholar H index of 17. He has received 3 outstanding Young Research Awards, 2 outstanding Senior Research Awards, and multiple Senate Awards for his research work. He has supervised 15 doctoral candidates locally and internationally. Professor Disanayake's influence extends across Asia and Europe. He has contributed to international academic programs, served as a resource person at least nearly 25 conferences, and member of editorial board in 5 journals, including as the chief editor of Sri Lanka Journal of Marketing. In the corporate world, he is highly sought after trainer and a consultant, having worked with nearly 40 companies in areas such as branding, digital business, export performance, and corporate leadership. He is also a jury member for national and international awards and serve as a visiting facility for nearly 10 universities worldwide. A mentor, a scholar and a strategist, Professor Disanayaka continues to inspire minds, build institutions, and shape industries. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in warmly welcoming Professor Ravi Disanayaka. Over to you, sir.
Hi-born everybody, good morning. It's a lovely conference day. The Command of Sri Lanka Navy, Vice Admiral Banagada, and the Vice Chancellor of Sir John Kottaral University, all the high officials of Sri Lanka Navy and other armed forces, and especially my welcome also goes to the Pakistan Navy and their invaluable presence over here, and all the fellow academics, and all the commission and other rankers representing different armed forces and the civil community. It's indeed a great privilege, because I always do believe the 1980s, we all talked about the business strategy works on competition. Now it's gone. When you come